Hey there, welcome back to the channel. This is a Hope on a Rope production. I'm the Virginia Creeper. Got a pretty good one for you today. I've been passing this pond pretty much every day on my way to work. Finally got permission to fish it. So I'm going to do a little bit of fly fishing in a pond today. If you've ever wanted to try fly fishing or know somebody that you want to get into fly fishing, a pond is a great way to do it. So let's go. Okay, so the first thing to figure out when you want to try a little fly fishing on a pond is you got to figure out if the pond's good for fly fishing. So what makes this pond good is you can see this whole side of the pond is open for your back cast. So whenever you're fly fishing, as much line that goes forward has to go behind you. A calm day where I can come over here and film some fly fishing. As you can see, the landowner here, the pond owner, I guess we could call him, really keeps this side manicured with the grass cut down, the weeds cut down. That side of the pond would be very hard, very difficult to fish. But I came down here and looked around and I saw a lot of bluegill beds, saw a few small bass, so I think it's going to be a fun evening. Been waiting for a day where it wasn't really windy. The wind's for some reason just picking up now. So what I'm using here is a little rubber-legged hopper. That's what I'm going to start out with. I find that the bluegills and the bass really love these rubber legs. If you have a fly or a terrestrial that doesn't have the rubber legs on it, you don't do as good. Now this one's got some really long legs, so sometimes you got to trim them up a little bit. But I'm going to start with this one. I'll be using my 9-foot 3-weight this evening, and that's plenty enough for bluegills and bass. If you get a big bass, you might have a little bit of maxed out rod, but I think I'm running a 4X tippet on here is what I believe it is. So let's go on over here and see if we can get us a fish that wants to bite on the topwater. There's a lot of grass up on this end of the pond. Just gonna make a little roll cast to get it out there. I don't see any fish. There's one right there actually. See if I can get it right to the edge of that grass out there. Now what you'll notice when you're fishing a pond with bluegills, they have all the time in the world to look at your fly. And they really seem to like it just sitting there. If you give it a lot of action, it definitely seems like it'll spook them off. But if you just let it sit there, for some reason they'll come right up and hit it. Then the last popper was. So let's give that a shot. And as I can see, my other fly is kind of getting blown in the shore, which is good. There he is. There's one. It's a nice bluegill. Looks like a hen. Nice big one. They like that ant. Put the ant on. That's a good sized bluegill right there. Come here. That, my friend, is a slab bluegill. Big bump head. That is a male. But as you can see, that's probably a, oh good lord, 9-inch bluegill. Let's see here. I'm gonna try and get that fly out of there. That's a big bluegill. Alright, Let's just back that fly on out. There we go. Yeah, that's a good one. Got some stink on our hands and some enzymes on the lure now. Let's see if we can do that again. That was fun. Had one grab the leg and take it under. It's slowly floating back to the surface now. Slowly. There's a take. Oh, that's a good one. This one's got a big earlobe on it. Look at that one. That's a wild looking bluegill right there. Look at the gill patch on that thing. I don't think I've ever seen a bluegill with a gill patch that big. Holy cannolis. Has anybody ever seen one like that? I don't think I ever have. That's another solid 8-inch bluegill. Giant. Good ones in here. Look at that. I've never seen. It's on both sides too. That is wild. I think it's a first for me. Come out of there. And the little clamps here. There he is. Nice big one. Let's release that one. And away he goes if he can figure out which way to go. So it appears that they like the ant. Another one. Man, this is just pure fun. Even these smaller ones really fight on a 3-weight. Can you imagine if bluegills got to be about 10 pounds? I don't know if you could have a fly rod big enough to land them. It'd be like fighting a sheep's head on a fly rod. Little guy, little girl I should say, likes to hold on. Alright, release. Oh, I can see one underneath of it. There he is. What is that? Oh, a little bass. Got us a little pond bass here. I saw him come up and suck her in. It looks like a little 6-inch bass. Come here, little buddy. He's a little bit bigger. He's about 10-incher. See if that comes out a little easier on the bass. Yeah, a lot easier. Little largemouth. All right, buddy. Get back out there. Another good size, big male here. Wow. Look at that big one. That's a big fish. That's a big fish. Look at him. Big bump. See that bump on their head? That's why my buddy Jeff calls them bump heads when they get that big. This fish is skinny though. Look how skinny he is. Like he hasn't been eating. I guess he was hungry for my fly though. Maybe he's been spending a lot of time on the spawning bed and he hasn't been feeding. I wish I had something I could feed you, buddy, because you are poor looking. Yeah. All right, let's get him back. Just gonna work my way down the bank here. I know it gets deeper down that end because I can see the standpipe down there. So there might be some better fish down that way. Definitely seems less windy. I'm sure the audio is getting a little compromised with this breeze. Good thing about missing a fish in a pond is they'll typically, if you don't get the hook in them, they're going to come right back and get it. Wonder why I wasn't casting as well. I had the line wrapped around my tip. Now she's shooting out there, right? Oh, there he is. I don't know what that was. It's like a small bluegill. Must have landed right on top of its bed. It came right up and took it. Oh, that's a good fish. Another nice one. Man, these are all really good bluegills. Good pond bluegill. And they are eating that little ant like crazy. Let's put him back. Okay, so again, this is a ton of fun. If you want to get a kid into fly fishing, or just anybody, if you want to take them out for their first time, find yourself a pond, get permission to fish it, and just have some fun. There he is. I'm telling you, it's almost every cast. Hopefully this evening I'll put the bass popper on and maybe catch a bass or two of decent size. There's a little guy there, little girl. Alright, so I'm making my way down the edge of the pond and I'm looking ahead. I'm always looking ahead because you can sometimes see those bigger bass and those bigger bluegills sitting on their beds or just cruising. And you can make a cast to them. There he is. There we go. Not a big one. That was a nice take. That was fun. Pretty colored up male. A lot of colors on this fish. I don't know if you can see that. Purples and blues. Bluegill. Big old ear flap. Pretty fish. I love bluegills. I love panfish in general. And although I'm not keeping any of these to eat, they are delicious to eat. Let's let that one go. I see a nice fish on the bed down here. Let's see if I can get it. The way the wind's blowing, I believe I can land just upwind of it and let that blow in. Boom, there he is. I don't know if you're able to see that one rush in or not, but that fish flew from like 4 feet away and came over and passed the one I was going up for, and then took it. Another nice bluegill. Yeah, these things are healthy and thick. That one swallowed it. If you're gonna fly fish, get yourself a good pair of hemostats. The curved ones are the better ones. Alright. That one's dark. Darky. Alright, let's let him go. I see about 10 of them on their beds. None of them are giants. They're just respectable looking bluegills. One just missed it. And that one got it. Yeah. This is fun. This is so much fun. Picked up some salad with our fish. Oh, this is a big one. That's a big fish. Yeah. Let's get the pond weed off of him. Yeah. It's a good fish, man. It's a 9-incher. 8-incher. Yeah. Nice colors on him. Alright, back you go, buddy. Okay, so I moved down the pond just to get away from the wind a little bit because I don't know how it's affecting the audio. And I see a little tiny group of bass here. They look small, but there's like 6 of them. Okay, so I went back to the truck and got my wind mic because I guarantee it was making a bunch of nasty noise. It seems like it's getting windier. But yeah, when you want to go look at a pond to fly fish, good places are obviously private ponds. Ponds and parks where they manicure around the pond itself. Or if you're lucky enough to get access on a golf course, you get permission to fish those ponds. They can be really good. And most people will let you fish their pond if you tell them you're not keeping the fish. So if you're just out and you want to go out for a fun day of fly fishing, or again, introduce somebody to it, especially kids, man. You take them to a trout stream and they're just gonna struggle. But bring them to a pond where they don't have to worry about mending their line and they can just work on their basic casts and figuring out the essentials. And you'll have a fly fishing partner for life. Plus, heck, I'm old enough to have grandkids, and I still love doing this. So, all right, let's catch another one. All right, I'm still using the little ant with the yellow rubber legs. I tied this one up. These are very simple to tie. I believe it's on a number 6 hook. But yeah, it's getting breezier, but I see fish. So let's see if we can get right there. This wind is not making it easy. Oh, missed him. I don't think he liked it skating with the wind. So he came up and barely took it. There he is. That's a good one. That's a good one there. Oh, yeah. Come on in here. Let's shake hands. Nice one. Look at that big old orange belly on her. That fish has some orange in it. These aren't like the bluegills or the brim that you get down in Florida. You get them copper tops. But that one's got some copper in it, I can tell you. Look at that. Pretty fish. And away it goes. All right, I got me a rag when I went up to the truck because they slimy. It is really windy right here. Wind's swinging around. Whew, it's really blowing. I see a bass right here. I don't know if I can get him to hit or not. Normally once a bass sees you, you're not going to catch that bass. He kind of starts swimming away. Whoop. Oh, I don't know what that was, but I missed him. Let's put it back over there and see. Make a couple false casts to dry off the fly. Give it a twitch or two. And there it is. There it is. Looks like a bluegill. Another golden one. A lot of orange on it. Ooh, there we go, a little acrobatic. Howdy. How are you today? I hope you're having as good a day as I am. Hey. Whoops. Oh, sorry about that, buddy. Let's go back in. All right. They are really liking this number 6 rubber-legged ant. There's a bed right there. I don't see a fish. Oh, he was on it. I couldn't see the fish, but I could see the bed. And these bluegills will spawn a few times every year. They're kind of like guppies. So whenever it's warm, they're spawning. So when you come out to a pond, ooh, that's a good one. That's a big old mouth on that one. When you come out to a pond to fish, look for the beds. Now there's a bump head. That big old bump head. He's got a double bump. Boom, boom. That's a good one. All right, let's get this fly out of your mouth. You was hungry, weren't you? Where is my hemostats? All right. All right. That's a big bluegill. All barred up on him. All right, buddy. Get back out there and guard that nest. Okay. Getting a few nice ones. But yeah, if you go to a pond, always look for the beds. They'll be on the sunny side of the pond. Bluegills, they like that sun working, helping the eggs hatch, I reckon. And the bass will be hanging around them too, because they'll come in and eat all the little babies when they hatch. So will the other bluegills. Well, everything will. It's about every fish. I'd like to know what the statistics are of a bluegill actually making it to adulthood out of a bed once it becomes a little fry. Oh, there we go. There we go. There are some thumpers in this pond. Some thumpers. Pretty fish. Look at this one. Wow. That is a pretty bluegill right there. Look at that. Look at that. That's a pretty one. That's a big one too. He's probably 9 inches. Nice looking fish. All right. So when you grab a fly with your hemostats, You want to get it out of a fish, you push down and it'll pop it right out. Gone. Hopefully I'll meet him another day. That was a pretty bluegill. Alright, so I don't know if you can see, if you look in the water, I've got a polarized lens on here, so hopefully it's cutting some of that glare. But they look like little discs where you can see the rocks. That's all the beds. These are all beds, they're little craters. And what it is, it's where the bluegill has dished out the sand and the muck and the algae to where it's got nice hard rock where they'll lay their eggs on, and they'll keep that nest clean. Anything gets in there, they'll pick it out, they'll keep fanning it, and that helps the eggs hatch in the little baby fish. So I can see 4 fish right here in front of me. See if we can get any of them. They're all looking at me. Oop, one's actually coming. And there he is. That's how easy bed fishing bluegills are. And when you got a pond of this caliber with quality fish in it, it's fun. That is a good fish. Oh, look at that big sucker. Oh, he got off. That's a big bluegill. Let's get you back in the water here, buddy. He's a little dirty now, but that's a big thick one there. Gone. He gone. He gone. And as with all panfish, it's important you put the bigger fish back. They set the tone for the quality of fish that you're going to have. If you're dead set on eating a bluegill, here comes a bass. Oh, the bass looked at it, the bluegill wanted it. I pulled it away from the bluegill hoping nope, that one got it. If you're going to eat some bluegill and have a nice bluegill fry, this is the size ones you want to take. Get these 7-inchers. That's still a big bluegill for eating. Leave the big breeders in there. And you'll have nice big bluegills to fish forever. Take your little guys, not even the little ones, take your medium size. And it's good to thin a pond out, but don't take your big ones. The colony needs those bigger fish. Crappies, yellow perch, bluegills, they need those bigger fish to keep the health of the pond going. Man, I can't not catch them every cast. This one's got some pullage to it. Another beautiful bluegill. Look at that. Get that salad off of you. Look at that big bluegill. That is a hammer. Look at the greens and the purples. Beautiful fish. Beautiful. Thank you. All right, so let's see here. I am kind of looking. Trying to find the bigger ones I can see on the beds. I see a lot of beds with little fish in them. I'd love to catch an 11-inch bluegill. That's my, there's a good one. That's my, whoa. Well, he broke me off. He broke me off. Well, I was just talking about trying to catch my personal best bluegill, which would be 11 inches. And I had a big one come up and break me off. So I see the fly floating out there, so I know he got it out of its mouth, which is good. Hopefully it'll blow back in like that other one. But I guess I should have stepped up to a 3X tippet here. I think the camera will be able to see it better, which means you guys will be able to see it better. I don't know if the fish are going to like it. They really like that black one. with the yellow legs. But sometimes you'll get a little wind knot in your tippet, and it really reduces the line strength. So I should have been checking that for a wind knot. I'm pretty sure I had one, and it seems like that's where it broke. I'm gonna tie in my little rubber leg. Get out of there. Come on, pull through. Come on, there we go. All right. So let's put this guy out there. It's just a little number 6 white on white terrestrial. This kind of looks like a spider or a albino ant. All right. Let's see how. Oh, got one coming up on it. And there he is. First cast, right out of the gate. Came up on it like a leviathan and nailed it. This isn't even a big one. But man, they get some pulling going. This is so much fun on a fly rod. And swing them in here. Looky. You know they're big bluegills when you can lip them. When you can lip a bluegill, that's a good sized bluegill. All right. I see a nice one out there. Action brings action. So every time you catch a fish, all the other ones are going to want to come and see, hey, what's going on? Just like that one did. Yep. He's pulling. I always say action brings action, especially in a pond. They can, fish from 100 feet away can feel another fish is going crazy. And they always seem to come and look. Look at this one. Look at that fish. That's a beauty. That is a beautiful fish here. Yeah, we had wildfires in Jersey today, and it's blowing across the state line here into Pennsylvania and making it look like it's overcast. But it's not. It's just smoke. I hope the people out there are okay. Where's my hemostats? Come on. There we go. All right, nice big fish. Go on back. Okay. Okay, I see one right there. He's out there a little ways, but he's a big one. He's just kind of circling. Always let it sit for like the count of 5, and then just give it the slightest twitch. Oh, I missed him. That was him. That's a big bluegill. He's smart though. He just came up and nipped at it. Missed him again. I'm not sure he's actually hitting it. I think he's just looking at it. Coming up and swirling just under it. So what you can do if you got a lot of fish and it's just a day they don't want to hit top water, you can actually tie a dropper off, a dry dropper. Take 12 inches of tippet, tie it to the hook bend, and then tie yourself in like a little beadhead nymph. There we go. Or any kind of a caddis nymph or a stonefly nymph, anything that'll sink, and your dry fly, your popper, will act like a float or a strike indicator, and you'll catch a lot of fish that way. But it's not as much fun as seeing them come up and take it. Wow, that's a nice fish. Check out the bump heads on that one, Jeffy. That's a good one. He even took a little grass in his mouth with him. All right. Beautiful fish. Yeah, look how dark he is. Big dark fish. All right. Go get him. I'm hearing a bunch of, sounds like fireworks going off. Hope it ain't gunshots. Seems like we living in a crazy world nowadays. People, definitely sounds like fireworks, but it's not dark. It's kind of weird. But hopefully it's nothing but somebody having fun. Every time I see one, up near the bank, it's hard for me to pass them up, even when they're little. This would be a candidate for eating right here. That's a good eater-sized bluegill if you're ever going to eat one. Get that salad off of them. Put the big bump heads back. Eat the middle class. It's getting dark. And I know it's not sunset yet. And I know that ain't all smoke. But I don't know why it's getting so dark so soon. Hope it's not gonna rain. But if it does, that might cut my trip short. Because of the smoke, I haven't been able to see clouds coming in. I don't see as many beds down the deeper end here. But I'm gonna keep making, whoop, and there he is. Just when I think it's over. The reason I'm using a 9-foot rod is just because I'm pond fishing and I got a really long distance behind me that I can make good back casts. So it's better to use a longer rod when you can. All right, little guy, get out of here. If I was fishing a little stream with a ton of brush, I'd probably be using a 7-foot or an 8-foot rod, but it's nice when you can use your longer rods and air them out. There's not as much grass down here either. And I'm not trying to get out to the middle. All these bluegills are in shallow. This time of year, they're 4 feet and less on the beds. That's where you're gonna find your beds, in the shallow water. Ooh, that was a bad cast. Wind got me. The wind wants to blow that way, we'll let it blow that way. Take it all. And there he is, I walked right by him. Acrobatics. Oh, he's pulling. Better than I thought he was. It's just a fighter. He's a good one, but he's also a fighter. Wow, that's a pretty fish. You guys are probably tired of hearing me say that, but man, they're so pretty. Look at that. I don't know if you can see the colors because there's no sun right now, but he's orange and blue and purple. Everybody thinks brook trout's prettiest fish. Man, give me a painted up bluegill on the spawn, and they don't get much colorful than that. All right, and again, check your leaders and your tippets for wind knots, because that's where, as you can see, I got one here. That's where you're going to get broke off. All right, luckily it was just a twist and not a knot. But that's what'll break you off. That little knot in that line will weaken it, and you'll lose them. So I think I see. That's a big bed right there. That's got to be a bass bed. That thing's twice the size of a bluegill bed. It's right up on the bank though, which is kind of odd. I don't see any bass. I don't know if you can see them down there. There's two beds, one there and one there. But they're big. They're way bigger than the bluegill beds. Bluegill beds are about anywhere from, missed him, anywhere from 8 to 12 inches. These two beds are, man, it's like 24 inches around. Here comes one up under it. He's looking at it, and there he is. Okay, I hope you guys are liking this. If you haven't, and you want to, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be doing a video a week, maybe more. If you like seeing me do stuff like this. If you have subscribed, thanks. And if you like it, smash that like button for me. If a few of you will do it, then I'll be so happy. I'll be happy. All right, come on, fishy fish. There's not as many beds down the deeper end of the pond. Even right up on the shoreline, I'm not seeing a lot. Man, this wind, you can't see it on the water, but it's blowing over the top of the pond. There he is, blowing right in my face. He's a little fighter. And they all fight good on this fly rod, I can tell you. All right, come here. Another good eater size. Yeah, nice one. All right. So I got my black ant back, but the white one seems to be doing just as good, and I think you guys can probably see it better. So I'm gonna leave the white one on. There's a fish right there. That's a little bass. 2 little bass and a bluegill. Let's give it a little twitchy twitch. There's got to be some big bass in here. See a lot of small bass. Oh. Sometimes they'll just come right up under it and you'll hear them just suck it in. I got two of them under it now looking. When they're coming up to it, you don't move it. If they start to turn away, you just give it a little twitch. I saw that one out past it. Let's get out there. Let's see here. Get a little more line out. There we go. There's a cast out there in the over top of the weeds. Ah, I missed him. Let's see, we'll get another one to hit it. I don't know why I'm whispering. Guess I think they can hear me. Just doesn't seem like they want it. They want to eat it out there deeper. I don't know if they're not out there or if they don't think the ant should be out that deep. I'm not sure. That was a little hit. Seems like the smaller ones are out deeper. And the bigger ones are up on the bed. There's a big one right here. Big bluegill right there. Just cruising around the beds. He's right under it, looking at it. They got all the time in the world to stare at this stuff in a pond. Oh, I missed him. I missed him. He didn't feel it though. I didn't stick him, so he'll come back. He missed it. There's a good one. That one kind of came out of nowhere. He just heard the action and saw the other fish staring at it, and he charged in and nailed it. Try and keep them out of the weeds. They get that weeds on the line, and it makes them go from weighing a pound to weighing 8 pounds. Man, another beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fish. Yeah, look at that. Thank you, buddy. All right, I got a real big one right here, surrounded by 20 little ones. Of course, the little one eats it. I didn't want to set the hook on him. Let's see if we can get that big one to eat. There's one real big one amongst a bunch of mediums. That's not the big one. It's a good one, but that's not the big one. Oh, that's a big one. Man, that other one must be 10 inches. These are all like 8.5, 9-inch fish here. I think I might have caught one that was close to 10 inches earlier. Man, big old rubber lips on them bluegills. Come on. The problem is with this fly, you don't have a lot of room to grab and get the hook out. Another nice one. All right, I think all that action scared that big one that was out there. I don't see her anymore. Weep. Just keep on going down here. I see that might be the big one right there. These are really in close. Nah, they're two small ones. I don't want them to hit it. I think a big one might be right there. Since it clouded up, I can't see as good. Or I should say smoked up. You can every now and again get a whiff of them wildfires. You can just smell them. There he is. Oof. That's a decent fish. And as you can see, most of these fish that I'm catching are within a few feet of the bank. A couple of them have been out of ways, but for the most part, they're within a few feet of the bank because they're on their beds, which is great for a beginner fly caster because they don't have to try and make pretty casts or long casts. They can just kind of do a little roll cast and they'll be in the chips, as they say, or in the bluegills. I see one rising down here. I don't know what he's rising for. Some kind of bug life coming off. But there's a few fish between him and I. And I'm going to try and get their attention. 9-foot rod's good also for when you have all this brush in front of you. It kind of keeps your line up over top of it. And there he is. I'd fish a 10-foot rod here if I could, if I had one. I don't have one. Come here, you. And away he goes. All right. Okay, so I saw one down here. It looked like it was a big black bluegill. Big dark one. It means he's all painted up for war. Is that him there? Nope. I don't know where he went. But you want to always fish the water before you get to it. If there is a big bass, you got to get him before you spook him. So you want to be casting down the bank you're walking. I can see the bugs that are coming off. They're like little midges, little tiny things these fish are taking on the surface. But they definitely seem to take an ant when it's presented to them. There's a snake, a big old water snake right there. I don't know if you can see that. His head's coming up. Him right here. Probably wants my fish. He must have been laying right there. Come here. I think this bluegill's too big for you, Mr. Snake. He's too big for you. He's watching me. Keeping an eye on me. Let's throw this fish at him, see what he does. Oh, that fish knew to get out of there. All right, Mr. Water Snake. I'm gonna move on down here and give you back your little resting area, because I don't want no parts of you, and I know you don't want no parts of me. There he goes there. Hopefully you can see him swimming under the water. And bluegill's following him. He's going right back where he was laying in that grass. Cool looking snake. Just old brown water snake. Alright, so we let the snake have his little piece of the bank. We are working our way down the shoreline. I'm seeing some big beds down here. Some real nice beds. I'm gonna get to the end of the pond here. That was such a small fish, I yanked him right out of the water. Oh, and he's back in. Long distance release. But I'm going to put a popper. Oh, I got hung up. Yeah, when I get to the end here, because the water looks really bassy, I'm gonna put a larger popper on and see if this 3-weight can handle it. There's a little bass right here. Nope. That bass saw me and said, But there's a bluegill looking at my... There he is. They all can't be giants, folks. I think that's the smallest one I caught today. I'll see you in a few years, buddy. Go put on some muscles. Alright, there's definitely some bass beds here. These are bigger beds. But I do not see the bass. But I saw that bluegill come up and there he is. It's a good sized bluegill. That's a big one. Another really nice bluegill. Another nice one. All right. Oh. Oh. He's looking at it. Let's give him a twitch. Here he comes. It's funny how some of them will come up and stare at it forever, and other ones will just come right on up and suck it in. Those are good fish. I don't know if you can see right down here is a big bed. Then there's another real big one over there. They're definitely bass beds and not bluegill. They're just too big. That one's like 3 feet. All right, check for wind knots. We're good. Check the hook. He's good. Let's make a cast. We're going to catch a fish. Right there. Here it comes. Oh, he wants it. He wants it. Really staring it down. This one's gonna eat it. Whoop, he just turned off at the last second. That one didn't. good one. There was 3 big ones there. 2 of them checked it out, nipped at it, and then this guy, he'd seen enough. He came right in and ate it. That's a good fish. And as you can see, they swallow it. They just chunk. When they commit, they eat. It's a big fish. Come on. Here's a big bluegills. Anybody would be happy to catch these size bluegills. That's another good one. All right. There's a big one right there. That's not the big one that's going to eat it. But he's big enough. Ouch. Another nice one. Okay, I'm just making my way down here, looking for a big one. Sometimes as I'm walking and covering ground, I'll just make false casts just to keep my fly line out, so when I do see one, I can drop it in on them. There he is. Baby. I think this might be a bass, just by the way it's fighting. Yep, that's a bass. No jump, Mr. Bass. No jump from him. Another little 10-inch skinny pond bass. Yeah. Skinny, look how hungry he is. You got all these bluegills out here to eat, and you this skinny? You're just not as ambitious as you should be. Go on back. Grow up. Get some muscles on you. Okay, so a few more casts with this white ant. I just looked and saw the tiniest dimple, and then the fly was gone. There you go. I don't know if you caught that one or not. This is a good fish. This is a big bluegill here. He's got some shoulders on him. Some shoulders. Yeah, this is a good one here. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Looky at that one. That is a big bluegill. Look at that thing. All right, buddy. Let's get that out of your mouth. Where are you hooked at? Right in the corner, aren't you? All right, look at the size of that one. That's a good one. That might be my best fish today. That's probably, he's 10 inches. That's a big one. All right, buddy, get on back here. That's a good one. Sometimes you gotta switch up lures to catch the bigger fish. I was trying for some bass, but it turns out the bigger bluegills like this little fella too. So always check everything after you get a good fight. But let's catch another one. Sometimes if they miss it, I like to take it away from them. Here he comes. Here he comes. And then I'll put it right back down there. Oh, yeah. There it is. He's a fighter. He's a fighter. Did I mention how much fun I'm having? I hope you guys are too. I hope this inspires you to get out to a pond with your fly rod and just have yourself a blast. You don't need messy worms or artificials. Well, I guess a fly is the ultimate artificial, but you don't need bobby G's or jig heads or anything. Just a little fur and a little feather on a hook sometimes is the best bait. Alright, let's see if there's another one in there. I've been keeping it in tight here. There's a little weed line right there, and it just seems like on this side of that weed line, when that thing lands, they come out of it. Got one coming up under it. He just took it. This is a female. You can tell the female from the male because the females, the colors are really muted on them, as this one is. That's your hen bluegill. She's pretty in her own right. This one's been hooked before. It's got a split lip. So that one's been caught and somebody handled it a little roughly. But she seems like she's doing just fine. Let's get this hook out of you. Yeah, you're doing all right for a split lip. Go make some babies. Here it comes. Ho ho ho. He wasn't too sure about the second take. That little one had grabbed it. Here comes one. And then there he is. There he is. That's a good fish right there. Yep. Nice one. Nice one. Look at that big bull. All purpled up. Look at that. All purpled up. Beautiful fish. Beautiful specimen. Another big 9-inch fish. Go on. Oh, that was a bass. Came up and took a look at it. That's a bluegill that ate it. Nice little girl. Another hen. Not sure what this is yet. It's fighting like a nice bluegill. He's in the grass. Come on over here, buddy. Let me introduce myself. How you doing? That's a nice, pretty bluegill. I'm the Virginia Creeper. What's your name? You look like a Fred. Are you a Fred? See them bumps? That bumphead bluegills. These bends in the pond are always good. Corners of a pond, bends of the pond. Anything in a pond that'll make a little bit of different structure, it's always good. Oop, there he is. Sometimes your bigger fish, man, they hardly take it. It's just a little sip, just a little. Man, they fight good. Come on up here. I just met your buddy Fred. What is your name? You look like a Bob to me. That's Bob. Go on back, Bob. All right, I'm gonna make one more cast here, and then I might go over there near that standpipe. I can't see it, but I can hear it and try. But let me make one more cast here in this bend before I walk over and spook anything that's there. There he was. A little take, but I missed it. Put it back out there. There he was. Oh, he's pulling. He's got some pullage. Oh yeah, nice one. Thumper. Big thumper. Oh, this is a good fish. Come here. Yeah, look at a bump head on that sucker. Now that's a brute. That is a brute. 1, 2, 3 bumps. Big, big fish. Let's get that fly out of your mouth. Yeah. You wanted that thing, didn't you? All right, let's put him back. Bruiser. All right, make a few false casts here to dry out the popper. Let's see, we're making our way over here. I didn't want to spook anything in case there was a bass there. Oh, there's a lot of bluegills in this corner. They all seem like nice ones too. I don't see any beds. They're just hanging out down here in this corner. Just like city folk hanging out on the corner. Look at that one. Another stud. These are all studs. Alright, let's see here. Let's put it right back in there. Might be out a little too far from the bank. Oh, no, guess I wasn't. These fish down here are a little more aggressive. I guess they're hungrier. Or it could just be the time of the day that it's feeding time. Another good one. Another nice fish. Alright, so there's the standpipe, as you can hear it draining. I don't see a lot. This is definitely the steeper end of the bank. I don't see a lot of fish. But I'm just going to make a couple casts here between this grass. And if there's a fish out there, they'll come up to check it out. Although there is that one corner over there. But it's getting late. I think I'm going to start working my way back. I can always fish that corner another day. Missed him. Here it comes. Oh, how did I miss that one? Oh, he got my fly. There's my fly floating up out. I don't think I'm gonna get that popper back. I can see it floating right there. Broke me off. Well, let's get another one to put on. Hopefully that thing will, there's no wind. I don't think I'm gonna get that one back. Maybe I'm gonna come back another day, but let me tie on another popper. Got grass. Seems like it's free of it. A lot of grass down this end. Oh, there he is. That's a good bluegill here. Man, he swallowed that whole green popper. That was a bigger popper. Look at you all grassed up. Look at that thing down his mouth. Blah, blah, blah. All right, let's get you freed up here. Okay. All right, let's let you go. Another nice fish. Boy, he's dark. Look how dark that one is. He's almost all purple. All right, it's getting late. Here's one. Got him. Wow, man, it's a big one. Holy cannolis. You gotta be flipping my flapjacks. Look at the size of that one. That's a 10-inch fish all day long. That is a big, big bluegill. Hope you guys are seeing that. Look at them colors. All right. Just keep on making our way back. It's been slow going. Every time I make a cast, I catch fish. I gotta stop. I'm not complaining. There's a big snapping turtle. Just came up out there. Big old turtle. Everything wakes up in the evening. Everybody's belly's growling. Missed that one. It was a slight take. They're just grabbing the legs. I'm purposely slapping the water hard to see if I can get a bass's attention. From the looks of this pond, as many little ones are in here, there's got to be a big one or two in here. Look at that. Another nice one. Doesn't seem like they really care what fly I put on. They eat it. Just a good day to be a bluegill panfish fly fisherman. Let's go up this bank here. And there he was. I missed him. That was a good take. I haven't seen any grasshoppers or crickets yet. It's a little early for that. But I gotta believe they think that's what this is. I don't see any dragonflies yet. I don't know what they think this critter would be landing in there. A little bit of action out there. Let's see if I can get that fish to bite. And he did. A little bass. There's a little bass. He was eating some bugs. Hey there, buddy. Another little baby bass. Aren't you a little cutie? Yeah. Just a little cutie. Look out there. Little cutie fish. There he is. Nice one. That's a good one. Oh yeah. Oh, he just popped off. Look at him laying there. He's like, what just happened? What just happened to me? There you go, he gone. That was gonna be my last fish. But now I just gotta catch one more. Let's see, let's get one more. One more to wrap it out. Put a bow on this beautiful day. That would have been a good fish to end it on. Nice big fish. A lot of little ones. All the little ones are coming up and pecking on it. That looked like a good fish. Come on. Yep. One more. There he is. It's getting just about dark. A little hen. Just a little hen.